Hi, this is iYikKam time again. So 2 days ago, I made a video on Wing Chun is never ever Taijichuan, and the notions of that video is to scientifically, based on impulse momentum theorem of the physics, to point out that Wing Chun is not Taijichuan based on the impulse momentum theorem or the change of momentum and force generations relationship. Okay, so what happened is I got tons of message yesterday and last night that this video turned into different stuff due to different people watching it in a different mindset. It get into, oh, breathing is not chi, okay? And then it get into this horizontal force and so forth, while missing what I am presenting on linear momentum change, which is the mechanics of Taijichuan, where the angular momentum change, torque or torquing, is the mechanics of Wing Chun to generate force or fudging. That is the bottom line, okay? But you can see, I have seen all kinds of posts sent to me. Again, to breathing is not chi, and all kinds of stuff. And then, this grandmaster said this, that grandmaster said that, this is right, this is wrong, according to this martial art, it is this. You know what? In fact, only this week, I have communicated with a few known Chinese martial arts, southern martial arts sifu around the world. And I share with everybody, all these friends, I say, you know what? If we, Chinese martial art, do not base on physics and keep going on this way using the term like such as chi, this grandmaster said this, that grandmaster said that, and then internal as a convenient alibi for anything they want to make the point, then traditional Chinese martial art is gone. Why? Look at the people in Olympic, they train with science, law of physics. And you need to be careful when Xi Xiaodong KO that the Tai Chi player in Beijing on April 27, 2017. After that, he said one thing. And this is what every traditional Chinese martial art practitioner has to really careful for what people say. He said that traditional Chinese martial art is outdated. It's not going to do it because MMA is trained in a scientific way. So if we, the traditional Chinese martial artists, keeping going into this chi, this grandmaster said this, according to this style, internal art style, has to be this way, that way, well, you count your day when you're going to get wiped out from this world, okay? Because that doesn't tell us what is going on at all. So the base is physics, and the base is exactly know what is going on, instead of just conveniently using all kinds of terms for one's alibi to debate. Okay? Physics is physics. It cannot replace by which grandmaster said what. Okay? Physics, law of physics, override everything. So today I'm going to share with you or bring you to see all this bottom line, okay? Where you rarely see this kind of stuff. And this is the real deal, and it is not about me, but it is about, we know exactly what it is. So in Wing Chun, we cannot afford to go back to those, oh, you know, this grandmaster say this, oh, this style say this, according to this this internal style say this, this is this force, that force, or this jing, that jing, which have no idea what is the reality in physics. Okay, so let's start. I always love to show people this diagram, or this picture of Bruce Lee in the movie Fist of Fury. Okay, so this is in Chinese, and in English in this scene he said that I didn't have much education, don't try to fool me. Okay, so the same thing, please don't try to fool me with all those internal and then this style, that style, chi, those kind of alibi, okay? We need to get into physics. And the bottom line of this, all this fudging stuff, which is have been made really, really mysterious or magic in the past 100 years, and even it is not in the general Taijichuan's teaching, it's just based on this thing. Okay, this page explains the entire thing on what happened on this so-called Fa Jing. So it is about impulse momentum theorem. Okay, impulse momentum theorem. You can see that clearly, I hope. Okay, impulse momentum theorem. And you know that force of impact, or force or the pressure or impact, if you divide by the area, okay, the force of impact or the pressure, you divide by area. It's just the momentum change divided by durations of force is applied, okay. And momentum change is just impulse. Okay, anybody who go for the physics, first year college physics will know that. Okay, and momentum change meaning mass multiplied by the velocity change, because human mass cannot change. Okay, but velocity can change, and divide by time. Okay, so this is the entire equations. The only equation you need to know what is going on with so-called Fa Jing, okay? And you notice in here, in this equation, there is no such thing as chi within this equation, okay? So don't get into those chi stuff, okay? And you know that because this is due to the change of momentum or momentum change, then you know that it is mechanical control. It's not some kind of chi, because you know, it doesn't make sense that if the Westerner can make this force happen, generate this force happen with physics, and the Chinese have to use something like chi, and where the Chinese don't even be able to define what chi is about. You see, 10 billion people have 10 billion people explanation of chi, as what you see in the martial art world community today. Okay. And the reality is that this is only what you need. Okay? There's no chi term there. Now, we know that momentum is a velocity multiplied by mass. Okay? And then, so, you know, for human to generate the momentum, you need the mechanics, the muscle strength, the gravitational force, you know, like you're walking, Okay, you generate a momentum. Now, what generate the force of impact here? You will need this velocity change or the momentum change. Okay, momentum change, because this is there's a momentum here, and then you have a velocity change, and then you have momentum change. And either whether you are going to cause this, whatever you crush in, to fly away, or you're going to have the force penetrate in, is depend on the time applied to the target. Okay? So for example, if this is a concrete wall, your time applied or the collision time is short, so that you generate a high force, okay, which is penetrations. Now, if it is, this is a wall laminated by cushions or anything, then the time of collision or duration of collisions is long, so that the force become less, okay, or the magnitude of force become less or lower, so that you end up moving this object or this target. Okay, so the control of the penetrations or moving this object, which is you bump into or you push into or strike into, is just based on the control of the durations of the collision time. Okay, that's just simply this thing. There's no chi here. Where is chi involved? Okay, and again, this is a three-dimensional human in the movement. Okay, it's a momentum. Okay, so stop talking about this horizontal force and so forth. Are you a machine? No, just look at your muscle. Is your muscle wrapping around your body, or your muscle is like a rod like that? You can go horizontal or those kind of stuff. Okay, you can emulate horizontal thing and so forth, but just look at this thing. The reality is human is a three-dimensional movement. Okay, so not get too simplified with this force, that force. You need to know the momentum first, as here. Okay, as here. You want to generate the force, the jing, whatever you want to call, you need the momentum change. So if your body is not changing, can you generate force? It's impossible. Okay, and so okay, from momentum change to force, you need mechanics, muscle strength, gravitational force. Okay, this is what you need. Okay, and all those chi stuff. Well, chi just means that you have to supply the energy. Okay, to do whatever the work you have to do here. Okay, to generate the change of momentum, and to be realistic, when you talk about energy, your breathing and your food cover the most energy you are using, instead of your chi and this life force energy. No, and God knows if it even exists. Okay, and you can see the New Age and everybody keep talking about this thing. But if you don't eat and don't breathe, you die. Okay, so be realistic. Okay, take care of your food and take care of your breathing. Okay, instead of just talking about chi and life force and so forth, where most people have no idea what it is. Okay, and again, in this equation, there's no such thing as chi. So drop those things. Okay, it doesn't matter which grandmaster or which internal grandmaster say what. Okay, this is physics, and if you want to be able to repeat the techniques or the outcome, you better follow physics and not some grandmaster say. Okay, because again, it is the physics override everything, not grandmasters or style, okay? They can have all their philosophy, but under the law of physics, they have to obey physics. If not, then it is a fantasy, okay? So get that clear. Now, if you look at Taiji, as the other day, I said that it's a linear momentum change type of mechanics, okay? I'm saying here, okay, you want to have a force, you need to have generate a momentum change. And Taiji, as we know, we see in general, it is a linear type of momentum change, while Wing Chun is a angular momentum change type or torque type, okay? Now, let me show you this. Look at this. From here, from this position to this position, you see his leg here now? His leg is front leg, the front leg position. To this position of the to generate the force to push. You see how the momentum changed there? By his mechanics. This is a linear type of stuff, okay? Linear momentum change. Now, in this case, you see that his back, you see his back is moving. His back is changing. Okay? So, on top of linear type of momentum change mechanics, this control is added in. And of course, you know, when you do this linear momentum change, this is have to use the gravitational force. You know, your weight is pressure down to the ground. It's not such thing just like, oh, I have a horizontal force. You have that gravitational component here, and then same here, but the mechanics have more manipulation here, more degree of handling here. Okay, compare with this. So this is Taiji. We like it or not, this is a linear momentum change type of generate force or Fajing, and it is this type of style which is people, as in my YouTube, Wing Chun is never ever Taijichuan. People add this into Wing Chun and call this type of style internal Wing Chun, okay? Which is, this is Taiji stuff. Why steal people's stuff, okay? And again, this is for long fist. This is not for short strike. Short strike like Wing Chun using the angular momentum torquing type of momentum change to generate the force. Okay, so here momentum change, the Taijichuan type is a linear type, and the Wing Chun type is angular momentum type. Okay, so one is linear Taiji, angular momentum, or torquing type is Wing Chun. Okay, it's very clear there, because one is short strike, one is long fist. Now, look at this. This is a takedown. Okay, this is a takedown. This is also a linear type. So disregard of this Taiji type 1, Taiji type 2, or this takedown, all of them has to satisfy this rule. What? You tell me, where is chi exists? We can calculate the momentum, okay? We can calculate it. As I say that, we can calculate it. We can calculate the impulse and force and so forth, and the direction and so forth. So stop thinking there's a chi internal and all this stuff like something very, very mysterious, magical. There's nothing different there in the eyes of physics. And this can be analyzed. And so the key is, how good are you handling the momentum change mechanics? Be it you are from Taiji or to MMA takedown or BJJ. There's no chi there. There's just mechanic to generate momentum change. And thus you can generate force that way by controlling the collision time. Okay? Whether you want to penetrate or you want to just move the object away, penetrate the object or move the object away, that's what it is. Okay? And again, this is this equation. Now, I hope that we get this clear in Wing Chun. On other styles, you know, it's not my issue. I'm a Wing Chuner. But get this clear, okay? Don't get into this Jing and all this Qi stuff anymore, okay? It's just a simple law of physics. If we don't know this law of physics, we will not be able to repeat this thing and to reproduce this thing or to teach this thing or to learn this thing. The reason why I know what I know right now in details, and I can point out the thing, you know, on linear momentum change, vertical, angular momentum change, is because I study physics. I base things on physics, okay? Now, let me show you this in Wing Chun. So Wing Chun is not doing the linear type of stuff. The core of Wing Chun is not doing the linear type stuff, because to do that linear type of stuff, you need space. You need space. You need space, okay? And again, stop to get into, oh, you do this horizontal force, or you do it right, you're doing wrong. I'm not getting to that. I'm saying that this is a linear momentum type. And if you know linear momentum type, you can have different mechanics. And somebody might even have better skill to handle that, and somebody have not as better skill, but that's not the point. My point is, this is a linear type of momentum change, which is you use as the mechanic to generate the force or to fa jing. Now, Wing Chun is not doing that. Wing Chun is a short strike art. It's a short strike art. Wing Chun play here. Wing Chun don't have time like that. If Wing Chun move their body out like that, it's going to get pushed out because it is play here. So because of Wing Chun's play here, Wing Chun's force generations of fa jing is a different stuff. It is using a angular momentum change or torquing type of mechanics, which is, if you look at me, the center axis or the vertical axis of gravity has to be vertical, and then I torquing with this axis. So that's how I generate the force of fa jing. And this is according to the Shaolin 1784 writing. It's saying that it is a short strike writing. It's saying that the entire body, all the joints, is changing, spinning, okay? 接转轮滑. So Wing Chun is not Taijichuan, and I'm not saying that Taiji is good or Wing Chun is good. I don't say that. I say that they are different, and we can base on physics to do exactly what is going on, and we can reproduce it in accurate and high quality. Now, so is that simple? This? Well, you need to understand if you the physics behind it. In Chum Q, we all know that you have a turning step, and we all know that we have Guan Sao, and in the 1840, people trained this Fa Jing, Wing Chun type of Fa Jing. With what? With this, you call it Oi Lim, Noi Lim Sao, or you call it Hyun Sao, Kam Sao. Okay? And it's not quite that simple. I can power or generate my force, my Fa Jing, with a single leg torque, single leg torquing. Okay? Say for I'm using this leg torquing, I use this leg for torquing. Okay? Using this leg of torquing, or I can use this leg of torquing, or I can use both legs of torquing. So I have 3 engines down there which I can torque. And the torquing is not like turn this big. No, the torquing is just a snap like that, because the force going down to the ground, come up, spin up. It's like a torque. If you look at the spinning of a motor, okay, you put the motor in, you put the motor, okay, vertically, it's like that, it's spinning using the gravitational force, my body weight and my mechanics to accelerate that, okay, and produce it. So this is how Wing Chun do it. That's why it's in everybody's Cham Kyu set. And when you go to the Xiu Lim Tao set, well, it's still torque. You see that torque there? It's not like that. It's still torque, but the torque is getting smaller and smaller. That's why people say Xiu Lim Tao is very advanced. It's because of, at the end, it is no longer do this torquing, but the torque is like that. So it practically is say you touch and it will be Fa Jing. This is called the inch Jing. Inch means very short. You touch and you can Fa Jing. Okay, so that is the bottom line physics of Wing Chun Fa Jing, or the mechanics of generate the change of momentum. And the change of momentum you handle by how fast you want to, what is the durations of the contact to your target. You decide how deep you want to penetrate you, or you want to push the thing away. Okay, it's in impulse momentum theorem. Period. Where is chi? Nothing to do with chi. And if you do that, everybody can have this. So for me, I'm presenting here in the video, it doesn't mean that I'm a guru, I know it all, I'm the best fighter. No, I'm just saying that this is the theory, and this is the way how to implement the different type of Fa Jing based on physics, not from anybody's opinion, not from legend. Okay, so get this straight. Instead of going all around the world, or you know, Fa Jing, you need to have a Qi, Xing Qi to Dan Tian, and then you have to have this horizontal force, this, all this thing. Why are you going to do that? You just very clearly identify the change of momentum mechanics and identify the time of collusion. Then you have a control. What type of Fa Jing is that, and how deep the penetrations, or how far you want to bounce the guy away. There's no chi, sorry, there's no magic. Okay? Just simple impulse momentum theorem. Don't tell me that you have practiced this internal set and that. BS. Okay? If you don't know this mechanic, you cannot do it in a high speed. Now, get into the chi. That is the Jing part. The Jing part. Get into the chi. And Jing part actually is the 5th element in the 6-13-3. And if you read my book, The Basic Ancient Wing Chun Queen Art and Science, is in chapter, the strength chapter. Okay, is clearly there. Okay, and you can read the momentum in the momentum chapter, is clearly there. Now we talk about the qi. Okay. When we talk about the Fa Jing or fourth generation, have got anything to do with qi? No. Qi is an indirect factor. Qi is just to make a better use or more efficient of your human body. So get that straight. You can have all the qi you want. It's like you can have all your battery, but if you don't have a cell phone, you cannot call somebody. And Fa Jing is like the cell phone. Sorry, the Fa Jing mechanic is like the cell phone. And call somebody is like Fa Jing. Okay? So you need the battery, you need the mechanics or the cell phone, and then you can call someone or talk to someone. You don't jump from your battery to talk to someone. You need the phone, okay? Now, for the qi, we know very clearly the Chinese. Food is qi, equals 水谷之qi. Food is qi. Breathing is qi. So when you do qi gong, it is a breathing. Why? Because according to Chinese, breathing has 4 states. Okay? 风喘气息. 风 meaning you're breathing really crossly. 喘 meaning you're panting. Qi meaning you have a deep, fine breathing, lower abs breathing. Xi meaning that between your breathing you always have a rest there. Rest. Okay? So when people practice Qigong, one need to get into this smooth, deep, lower abs breathing type of state, breathing state. That is called Qi, Qigong. It is breathing. That's why the Chinese call it 内练一口气. Internally, you train that mouthful of breath. Okay, so don't get the qi, that everything. Now, so how do you know that? You get that? You get the qi state? Well, that is the state 10 of the 6-13-3. The 6 element 13 state. This is a state 10. So how is it? Look, it's very simple. If you get the training, you stand there, like people today talk about 站桩 and so forth, so forth. Well, in the first teaching of the writing of Xiu Ling Tao said, he said, collect your mind, union your son within the equal shoulder stand. It is just that. You get into this qi state, and when you get into this qi state, you notice my body is swaying because my body now is loose up from feet to the head. As the Shaolin quit saying that from feet to the head, every joint is spinning and changing. Okay, it's like that. Now you can pay attention to my lower abs, pay attention to how my spine change and my body waving. Okay, this is called 风百梅花, the wind. Okay, waving the plum flower, and this is also called 火桩, the life standing pose. The dead standing pose is you just rigid holding the damn thing there. The life standing pose is you let it go, you let the breathing go all over really deep. Get into the qi state, the state 10. Okay? And this is also called 气行偏身不少智. Your breathing is like flow all in your body without stagnation. So breathing, flowing all the body without stagnation is also like that. At this point, every inhale, exhale, you go direct to your soul. Okay? That's what it is. So I show you how to get into this state 10. Okay? Okay, so that is the state 10. Okay, or what the ancients said, 气行偏身不少智. The breathing going through your whole body, there's no stagnations. At that time, only your soul is expanding and contracting down there, diffuse and contract like this, playing like that dynamically. The whole body is pretty lightweight, and that is the indications of loose. And then your spine move together because your diaphragm move up and down, your body have to move. So that is the Qigong state. Okay? And this is the state you want to get into the Qigong. So, now, what has this got to do with the meridian? Okay, all this meridian. Well, I want to show you this. Exactly this. How I handle the using the intention to boost the circulations of these meridians. Go up here to the lung meridians. Okay, this down and up. Okay. So based on 6.13.3, one need to get into the state 10, like I showed you just now. When the whole body is like breathing, when you breathe, inhale, exhale, you know, you're going to your soul and your whole body. And then you raise to the state 13. And state 13 is how to lead, as in the diagram, how the meridians from the legs up linking with my lung meridians up. Okay, so this is how it is. I have to get into the state, and then I have to circulate that. I will be able to use my mind to handle that. And again, you watch my stomach, watch my body, okay, and how my body weight and so forth change. And also my mind state, okay, you can sense that. Okay, so you see I enter into state 10, and then I get into the state 13, and then within the state 13, I do this to reset my 3 yin and 3 yang channels before I come up. That's what Qigong is about, handling this Qi. And so, is there any sensations or any physiology signature? Sure. If you can get into the state 10, your saliva will start moisture. Saliva. It's not about, oh, I want to have this Qi hot or whatever. No. And when you travel, I mean, help the flow of the channel. It's not necessary it is hot or warm. Like people say, oh, Qi flow this. No, it is not. And also one need to know the directions of the flow of the qi. It's not simply, oh, I have the qi, I flow here, I flow here. You have to go through that 12 meridians properly. And in this case, all this, as in the book, linked to the lung meridians, and you need to know how to handle your toe and your thumb and everything. Okay? That is Qigong. That is no longer with the breathing, but on top of the breathing, get into the channel handling. So, like in Shilin Tao, once one can do that, when one do the Bin Sao, or say one do this Fok Sao or Gong Sao, is whatever you call it. This is actually the 3 meridian travel outward. So the proper doing it is like you get into the 13th state. While doing that, my body, my chi, my breathing all synchronized. And my mind has to quiet down, settle into the silent state at least. So there's a chi part. The 4th element of the 6, 13, 3. This is the state 13. Okay? So am I somebody special or guru be able to do that? No. If you get proper training, in a few months, you will have a taste of it. As for how high advanced is one's Kung Fu, there's a different story, based on different things, different people, different conditions, based on your diet and all kinds of stuff. But at least you know what the heck it is. Okay? And now go back to the Jing. So where is the Qi get into this? Well, this is just improve my efficiency of using my body. So I can have a better micro handling. So my mechanics, when I do the Wing Chun Fajing, for all the joint handling, is better. It's better, okay? Like this hip. You can have handling that. Big deal. So I show you guys this today. Whatever I tell you, I can do it. You can get to the lab, to the scientific lab, we can go test it out, okay? But it doesn't mean to say I'm the best, I know this and that. Or I'm the guru. No, it's not. This is the science, that's what I say. And so stop getting into this force, jing, chi. And just look at, whoever gets to the 13th state, you just look at people. You look at people, you look at their biomechanics and the signature of the 6, 13, 3, you know where they are. You cannot be bluffing because it's physical. And also, you say, oh, Fa Jing, or I should do this according to this teacher, according to Hendrik. Bullshit. You know why? Say I'm here. I get caught or mount on me, ready to take down. Okay? So what should I do? Should I follow certain teacher's way, a certain grandmaster way? Or under this condition, I have to make use of whatever here. To do what? To create the momentum change. Because if I can create the momentum change, I can generate the force. I can shoot him with the inch power. At this point, this is reality. Nobody is saying that you have to go, oh, I have to do this Hamkyu way, this Hendrik way, or this iYikKam way. This is idiotic, okay? The bottom line of Fajing is to know the generations of the momentum change. And you need to be able to do it as much as in the different situations and conditions as possible. Because nothing is fixed there in real fighting. And we know fighting is about what? According to the Sun Tzu and general Taijichuan fighting is a change of momentum. Okay? So you need to know how to handle the change of momentum when you want to play the game of fighting, which is the exchange of momentum. So this is for you today, okay? So let's go much into the physics, exactly know what is going on, and you can test it in the lab of a modern science instead of going to this, oh, this guy is saying this way, iYikKam saying this way, and this style doing that way. Okay, drop those things. Because this is not a cult and religion.